Most renovations go over budget. Not by a little either, by 10, 20, sometimes even $50,000. And nearly every time it comes back to the same 5 mistakes. So, if you're planning a renovation, here are the 5 budget killers you need to avoid. Mistake number 1, not getting a detailed scope of works. If your contract just says something like renovate kitchen with one total price underneath it, that's a problem. Because the second something isn't clearly included, extra PowerPoints, more tiling, moving a wall, that's when the variations start. And that's when costs can blow out fast. A proper scope of works should list exactly what's included in the price. Every task, every fixture, every trade, every material, every inclusion. Because if it's not written down, it's probably not included. And the more detailed that scope is, the less room there is for surprise costs later. Mistake number 2, choosing based on price alone. This is where a lot of people get caught. The cheapest quote is almost never the cheapest final bill. Usually, a cheap quote means one of 2 things. Either the builder is cutting corners on materials or labor, or they're planning to make their money back through variations once the job starts and you're already committed. A realistic renovation price is usually the number that most qualified builders come in around, not the cheapest one. So get at least 3 quotes. Then don't just compare the price, compare what's actually included. The right builder is the one whose scope matches what you want properly, not the one with the lowest number at the bottom of the page. Mistake number 3, moving your plumbing or layout when you don't need to. This is one of the fastest ways to blow your budget. The second you move your sink, shower, washing machine, or cooktop, you're paying to reroute plumbing, drainage, and sometimes electrical as well. And in a lot of Australian homes, that means dealing with a concrete slab, which usually means cutting into the floor. And that can add $5,000 to $15,000 to a single room renovation very quickly. So, if your existing layout already works, keep it. You'd be surprised how much a renovation can transform a space without moving a single pipe. Mistake number 4, skipping the 10 to 15% contingency. Every renovation has surprises. Old wiring, rotten framing, a leak behind the wall, asbestos in an older home. The problem is, these things usually aren't in the quote because nobody knew they were there yet. So, if you only budget for the exact quoted amount, the first surprise can throw your whole project off. Always add 10 to 15% on top of your renovation budget as a contingency. If you don't use it, great, that's money you keep. But if you do need it, you won't be panicking halfway through the project trying to find extra cash. Mistake number 5, overcapitalizing on the wrong room. Not every renovation adds real value. A $50,000 kitchen in a $400,000 home usually doesn't make financial sense. And if you're spending more than around 5 to 7% of your home's total value on one room, there's a good chance you won't get that money back when you sell. In Australia, the rooms that usually add the most value are kitchens, bathrooms, and extensions if you're genuinely adding usable space. But laundries, home offices, and basic cosmetic updates usually don't deliver the same return. So, spend where the value is, not where the temptation is. So before your renovation starts, do these 5 things. Get a detailed scope of works. Compare at least 3 quotes based on what's included, not just the price. Keep your existing layout wherever possible. Add a 10 to 15% contingency to your budget. And make sure you're renovating a room that actually adds value to your home. If you do those 5 things, you'll avoid the mistakes that cost so many Australian homeowners tens of thousands of dollars. And if you're planning a renovation and want a proper quote from a fully transparent Australian builder, get in touch with us at Uplift Reno. And if you're still trying to decide whether to DIY your renovation or hire a builder, we've already done a full breakdown on that. So check out that video next.